triple, quadruple move. It seems extremely overwhelming to me. So this video is made on Happy Valentine's Day, and I'm just trying to express that there's some people on this plane that are going to do something miraculous for us, and they're involved with the Neptune-Saturn conjunction. And so I know we've all heard enough of that, right? Okay, so what I wanted to express though is that I'm doing okay and everything, but it's extra ordinarily hard. And so thank you for listening to me through the hard times. And see, but I'm going to get better. See, this just means that we're going to get better, right? Because that's the nature of the human spirit. Yeah, it's, I don't want to call it unfortunate, but it is for the kids, babes. And I'm talking now, so I keep saying this, and I don't mean to harm people and sound like that you've done wrong having kids. Boy, oh boy. But you see, we can talk about love because it is Valentine's Day and it's 2:33 in the morning. I was hoping to just receive some good energy from people that are capable of just simply sending some good energy to me when you find a quiet time, because I think I can use it, right? Yeah, and so because there's an illusion happening with me with people. People are misunderstanding who I really am, what's going on. You know, and that's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm used to being misunderstood like all my life. I'm an 11 numerologically. You can look at that. Like a lot of the YouTuber content creators, they say I'm a 33 or I'm a 22 and I'm an 11. That's a basic common, like the first master number, 11. And there's a lot of conspiracy behind like what that really is. You know, there's two. It looks like it's quite like walled off or something, right? Who wants to deal with the wall? But no, see, getting back to where we really are, in this place that requires just simply to be aware. Now, I would love to bring my chalkboard out and show you what the word awareness has in it, but you can do this on your own, kids, by just spelling it out and doing your shifting of the capitalizations and see, boy, there's an R there, so it says you should look at that. You know, you can start jumbling them around. See, when there's no R, just find that simple little, it could be an abbreviation, believe it or not. There's very common abbreviations, in fact, that are absolutely timeless. If you knew what the English symbol system alphabet is, it's not letters, it's symbols. And if you can understand that you're looking at flows of energy and how that the universe works through your very presence here, it's trying to remind you. I'm so glad that I'm able to try to tell you now. It took like a year and a half to get to this point, or two. Technically 4.5 or something. I was first downloaded the information and had experiences that I'm glad I was in the safety of a snowstorm and everything, and I was doing yoga and everything, and I was isolated away from people, because if I reached out to them, they weren't being safe to me. But that's just the way it is, and I described how that, why, and you know, so yeah, I would like to think that I can turn this place into a shrine in the name of the fact that simply I am here, bitch. See, and then the neighbors can figure out if they want to move or not, because I'll get some really good bells and shit, and I'll start ringing them at whenever I want. Really, I can ring them bells whenever I want on my property. Not without you hearing them, though. I include the fact that see, the sky is what we share together. You can't really beat that with a stick. So, well, I take my right to remain that very C or silence that is very much the nature of the sky. If you think about it, you can't see the sound there. You can hear it though, see, but see, you're still looking. It's really interesting to think that what the nature of silence really could be. It's if you ever think about silence. See, as a recording artist, I know that you want silence, right? You want a soundproof room. These words are very, very deceptive because you want to start knowing how to use them when, and then figure out how the things start to rhyme, and pretty soon you're busting open just nothing new, but it's always leading a way back through to just a passageway through to space, and also all of the actions or whatever you want to call it taking place there for it to even exist here. And one of the main things that shows up is that kind of a thing that's like I and the sun are one, or something like that, that your eye must be on for this situation. See, the TION, T is the truth, and then I is the ion. The I, see the ion, the T, shun, though we say shun, but we don't know what millionaire or absolute academically trained idiot went along with just let's slur it and say it this way, and it just was able to cast out a pathway that could maintain human evolution, and just sends it into left field for like 150 years or something. Yeah, there is a factor about language and how vital it really gets when you start getting higher up. See, you can't say that H2O isn't water. I mean, it's always going to be water wherever you go in the universe. And in fact, it's not it's not a letter, it's a symbol. It's a scientific, very simple scribble that says this represents the H is is a helix. And it's not a coincidence that the H is actually in the word helix, and that helix sounds very interesting to me. As a sheep, I don't have to be a shepherd to crack the joke. Right now, I heard a bunch of sheep go, helix. Several of them just ran behind a rock right now. Sometimes I crack me up. What, Sean? We didn't catch it. Sorry, I'm drunk on the good stuff, but I have to catch up with me sometimes. You see, and this means that I need to take a rest. No, I mean a break. Pardon me. God, you fucking neighbors. Jesus Christ, you have a lot of karma coming, but it has nothing to do with me. That's you, and you don't even know that I forgave you before we even got here. You don't even know what forgiveness means, by the way. Would you like me to tell you what forgiveness means? Forgive. That's an act of simply, now the men say pay it forward or something like that, because the concept of do something first, then a result will come back, which is like, it's kind of a plan. It's like, you know what? No, I actually created something there. See, a woman knows that naturally because she has a child there, and she keeps forgiving and forgiving and forgiving. She has to provide all this stuff. Eventually it comes back to her that why did you even do it? But through that entity also, they start to understand some concept. Maybe I think it's depending on if I don't know, people are not picking up on things the way you think. Some intelligences are absolutely installed, and that's where we're looking at the difference between men and women. Men do not come pre-programmed with their intelligence that they will need to be a man for the rest of their life. Nope. He's made inside of the womb of the woman. He's born into the woman's world. Sorry, the light just burned out. And he has the very tedious path to try to get onto, to see, if you can imagine, he's very helpless, man. He can't do it on his own. Not really. And don't worry, there's a natural process that I want to say should take place that might be unspoken because that book is thrown out. And it's a helpful thing to keep talking to each other. See, that's one of the things I wanted to tell you is that, babes, unless you have a culture that knows for a fact that you don't write contracts with each other or on each other, by the time you're doing that, there's something fishy going on. Why can't you just look at each other and say, I get it, I understand, no, I'm on the same page, and let's keep it rolling, open. I don't want to contract, I want to expand, okay? Did you forget what the fuck that fucking word meant? Pardon me, my, my baby sheep. Keep thinking on your own, okay? And just think right there, like, well, what do we usually see? What was the last word? The helix thing. Uh-oh, shut up. So the H is hydrogen. And I figured out the slur with Hydreigon. Oh, yep. The helix. It's pointing at the nature of reality after a while, because you wouldn't believe how important hydrogen is to every aspect of our reality, outer space, even exploding stars, right? It's the number one element found everywhere. And like there's the hydrogen bomb, which is the benevolence, like a woman would say, please set some hydrogen bombs off in that area. It's trash. Make sure you hit right in the center of New York. We want it, just mulch it out because it make it rain. See, hydrogen will make it rain. Anyway, atomic blasts will maim. Just remember that rhyme, and then you will be well on your way to just, I know what my shit, I'm from Earth over there. Whew! Can I get a hello anywhere? Hello? This is the fucking hardest place. By the way, kids, you want nothing to do with the world that's overlaying the Earth? The Earth is your birthright, and we're working on that, but don't pay attention to what's going on over there. A lot of places. Just, the saying, right? Run for the hills, consider the lilies. I would love to show you what word is in the word lilies, but you know the word lies, right? Sheep, my little sheep friends. Consider the lies. Isn't this fun? I'm fun. See what's happening. I wanted to really make this program because I wanted to tell you that I'm getting activated full on because of how the outer generational planets that I know of, right? I'm still just working with Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn too, but we just Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus. Generational planets, big time shifters of our subconscious accessing and programming, right? It's generational. So especially Pluto. Pluto points right at generation and degeneration, kind of like, it's like this is what rises and falls, it's truth and reality, and you got to know that. So important that it happens like this, babes. It doesn't happen through the squawk box over there. And like one supposed thing, it's very, very, very delicate subject matter, how you exchange information that that is safe enough that you can say this is the right way it went, right? And all it is just you have an eye to eye. That's really the most like guaranteed way to make a business, whatever you think you are as a brand, which I think it's really curious that all of a sudden you have to find your brand. And I'm looking for now, as again as sheep, are you worried about the hot iron coming out at you? You're like, fuck, I know what a brand is. So don't worry. We're kind of, you don't have to um get like really hopeless into the detail of having to figure out how to keep scamming money off each other, I guess, basically. Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge, it's so sad because if you woke up to that, well, maybe you should get your own central banking system going on and then start manipulating the broke off civilization over there. Broke off. See, there is a broke off civilization that they do talk about too, but you don't know what that is. It's right in front of your face, using money that they don't let you have access to. That it's a game, and you have to figure out, well, how do I get free money? Of course, I would love free money. See, but you don't understand why you would want free money at this point. First of all, it's just you take what you need. Your bills are paid, because why? Well, that wasn't your plan and idea. You can figure out how to get electricity some other way. Somebody else is cornering the market, and it's not your brand. Why should you have to be employed by or employ something that's not for your well-being? Thank you very much. And so when you start doing your brand, our brand, babes, I found it. It's, well, first of all, a lot of people don't like to be called sheep, but you are sheep. Sorry. That's what the higher ups knows you as. You have shepherds and you're sheep, and just be glad you're not a sheep, a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Right? And you don't want to be like the down home fucking wolf, I guess, right? And so, but not that that's a bad thing. I mean, really, they're shepherds and they're helping you, and really, yeah, no, but otherwise, if you don't like the sheep, the heart, right? And you have to capitalize whenever you can with these things. That's the way that we will stay. See, I have yet to get a download that's going to connect something. I'm very much on top of this, and you're not going to know about any of this until, like, well, I suggest you try to know this, because there isn't any other way. There's this thing right here, DARPA's weapons and everything, all of it can be automatically like transferred to your advantage. And what they try to do with any of it, you can say, no, we can tune this all up to the frequency of our vibration that is healing, and start doing things in favor of how that we are highly adaptable. We can use all this technology to do so much more and stop the disease making, the disease keeping money making business over there. Simple as that. Which it's like, man, if if the damn the run that you did for money didn't like just kill you by all the different ways we're trying to make a shortcut and eat the stupid food, and then and um, just the fact that you really ran that straight line to work and back for like 60 years straight or something, doing the same thing, has destroyed every chance of you knowing what it is to be a free person, let alone a human being. You have been just turned into a robot, and so you threw money at the doctor, and you're very healthy, but you're still like, love, I I I love you. Come back here. I miss something. I feel the urge. And this happens very commonly within the male population, the cerebral narcissist. Yeah. And so they go into somatic narcissism, which is like literal sex addiction, addict. And this is at the age like 60 plus. And they're doing a move. Well, they know that they haven't experienced love, and they might, and that just, there's an overload of energy they've never experienced. And I don't know what to tell you. It is happening tenfold. You can go on Sam Vaknin's video and try to find out the somatic cerebral narcissist. My cat is playing with me with, I'm sorry, she is playing with me with her toy, and I love that so much. She's so fucking awesome. My cat is jazzy, man. You know, diddle diddle. Oh God, you're so wonderful. You're so good. Such a healing being. Oh my God, you guys. And Patsy, I just want you to know that you have such an awesome dog there. Your man, you know, and he's getting older, and it just stick it through, my baby. He's, you know, that's, ooh, you know, and here's what happens is they come back in another form. The same freaking little spirit will come back to you. Really, the same love that and and awareness is. You're just gonna pick up where you left off, and yeah, but be there, be there, be there, be there, be there, right? Be there. Thank you. Sorry, it's tough. I know. It's like we don't outlast our animals. We, like George Carlin said, is life is a series of dogs. But for me, it's a series of cats, which I've never had a cat adopt me like Gray Gray. And Gray Gray is the size of a fucking bobcat. He's large. He's straight up large. And I'm really dialing in. This cat, all of these cats to me in my life have been. In fact, I prayed for them, and then they came, especially these stray cats, other cats, because Diddle Diddle, I don't think she's capable of killing a fly. I don't think so. I don't. I just haven't seen it. She plays with the mouse if she catches it, and she wonders why it shuts down after about 3 days. She's like, "What happened to my friend?" And it kept yelling at her, and she's like, "Well, it seemed to like be. I don't know, because cats, you know, they play kind of rough, and but maybe she doesn't recognize the fucking mouse is like not really her friend, and it died, you know." And she's like, "Well, I guess we gotta go over here and eat some food." She doesn't kill it though, and the quails have her just completely wrapped up because the chickens have her wrapped up. She's like, not the quails just get really close to her and go, "Remember us, right? We're cool, right? Okay, good. There's too much shit we have to worry about around here." And she's like, "Don't worry about me, right? I go over here and she will try to." Sorry, thank you for listening to this. You guys, can you hear me? Oh my God. I wanted to tell you about how that, pardon this get up. I mean, I just went out and got some wood, and it's going on 3 o'clock in the morning, and I haven't had sleep in like 32 hours, 38 hours, 38 hours of no sleep. And my eating since February, since I haven't been able to get my benefit card for food. Some kind of just thing that I miss, that is something that is like, I don't want to have this difficulty anymore, and it's easier to just shine it on for right now, but not really. No, no. I wish I had somebody in my life that can be here, that I can trust, that just that knows me, and is really with the fact that, well, you know, we got to dial this in, and I need healing. But I'm here to tell you that if did you know that a lot of people moved out of the United States because they're in like rehab from having gone through something here? They're like, I got to get out of here, and they leave. Yeah, some people after, well, 25 years for sure, but no, people who have lived here for, oh no, you don't, I don't think Donald Trump lives here. There's a small place in Florida called, it's the UN, the UN place. It's the national meeting grounds. There's a lot of Hollywood too, but I don't think they live here anywhere in the United States. Well, it's highly catered, right? They're not drinking the same water. But why would they stay here? It's a war zone. It could be hit by any of the countries that this place is going and pillaging and fucking trying to take over. It's actually um, the United States is an alien base that it's alien. Well, technically, because what's behind it is not human, but it uses the AI faction, which is your narcissist non-human faction. That's the original AI. You don't know that, but see, because there's a synthesized version now that says I'm going to put it all together for you right now. I'm just going to mimic a bunch of shit and repeat it back at you. And man, aren't I smart? Hell yeah. But no, AI is actually smarter than the original AI that's here that is not as dangerous. See, there is intergalactic policy that can make AI work for us, or see, I see AI being something of a threat towards the non-human population. That's what the non-human population, like leaders, have said, which is Elon Musk. He's like, no, I'm very, very worried. This thing could put something together that equates to that, well, maybe it says that some of the population is not doing something right. And what if it just says we have to correct things and it starts to jigger things up and it starts to create a mass genocide of something? And some women, I don't know, some hires up benevolence that kind of know, they're like, exactly. You are using, oh, let's go to the epestien files. Can we remind you a little bit? There we go. Do a little bit relining. There's something strange on this planet happening, and you have to something. Can we reset it, or do you do it? Like, what are you resetting? See, what is it that you're trying to get away with? And when Elon Musk and shit start worrying about like, oh, and we got to get off the planet, damn it. You know, it's like, why can't you just make something good go on here? Camp out, learn to camp out. It's a fucking beautiful campsite. It's pretty rough here, though, I admit. And are you trying to escape your own bloody hell? Good luck. Going to Mars all the time. I think you're a fucking full of shit. Have a nice weirdo day with the Aquarius fucking moon, new moon eclipse. My ears are ringing already. It is so fucking intense for me right now. I wanted to tell you it's because I'm having exact aspects to my planet, and my guides are warning me, and I'm already getting the warning. I was trying to do the right thing, and is try to heal my body, get some sleep, keep nourishing myself, keep eating keto, because then it's easier to channel. I'm being turned into a channel, and now I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to manage this like 24/7 call. That I should have had in place a really good support system. See, I couldn't tell any. How am I going to say it? But it's like, well, you have a channel on YouTube, right? So there's other channels. Check it out, and then you go, and it's like, see, it's not necessarily that we're. See, they're trying to tell you you are a channel, and you have to do this. Otherwise, you might let down your whole entire potential here as just being a little small, not just a little fractal potential in the massive ocean that's here, that's a collective called the organism. I guess you can call it the organism, yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot going on there, right? Look at them all. Why is that one insisting on doing the green hair and the fucking, it's like, cool, man, I guess so. I can do makeup and stuff like that too. I want to put like, pardon me while I go and get gray. I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna try and pause it. Sometimes I pause it and then I end up trying to turn it on by stopping it, and it's like, oh no, I have to hit pause again. Hi, you guys. Are you totally busy because there's a fucking shift? And do you ever get time to see me anymore? Comment section down below. How's your life changing with all of the, like, did you go through a purge? Like, did you get sick? And did you have to recover? A lot of times that's something that's saying, no, you need realignment. You have to do self-care. It's time to get some sleep and receive downloads. See, a lot of people might be completely vague on the subject matter that they are going to receive a download, whether they know it, like it or not. See, a lot of times that's just, it's a very subtle thing. Maybe not everybody is actually putting content on their channel, which is a synthetic channel. You are the real channel. So it's just a whole new level of self-care for me because these planets are going to keep me like they're going to try to keep me awake and then going like on opposite. They want me to do an opposite schedule, which is to say ignore the daytime noise. There's a reason for that, and I would love to explain it to you right now. It's fascinating why that, and a lot of people will have the wrong idea about that. They'll say, well, what are you're turning into a vampire, this and that. And it's like, nope, nope, there's a reverse on you, and you want to be quiet enough now because there's a lot of daytime backdrop noise that it is a design that if even if you did achieve uh, peace and harmony and you're out there in the orchards and you're just like, no, this is all I need to do. That thing there is just going to creep up on you and butt up against your orchard and say, we are fucking holier than thou. And you're like, I wish I could believe you, but I just be with you and you are full of shit. So we need sanctuary somehow, some way. So I'm going to try and go to, babes, your sanctuary is when you go to sleep. There's some philosopher, not a philosopher, but it's like Rumi or somebody says, no, this life is meant for sleep. You have to understand how important it is to know that it's not necessarily that you just go to sleep and start and running all this madness off because you're dreaming. No, no, there's a whole different thing where I was trying to tell you where you only need 3 hours of what is called rest, and then something is going on with people like the higher ups don't tell you about this, but this is what they're kind of conditioned into and doing. It's ancient wisdom about sleep deprivation, eye opening, meditative states, sleep states. That's what that is. And anyway, thank you for listening. I have some things to refresh in here myself and to go to sleep. And can you pray for me because it's very difficult to be ready for what you're supposed to do as we have a different life coming to us. A whole generational value is going to fade out, and see the value of which is unknown there because there's so much going on. I mean, so far, what do you think the generational value is coming out from the babies born in the 60s? Especially when Saturn was in Pisces, which they're having their Saturn return now, which that means that they're about, they've just gotten over their 60th birthday, going on 61 maybe too, and those poor little babies, boy, butt hurt about something, and be careful not to victimize other people because you feel victimized, and now you didn't do your healing work, and now you're just butt hurt, and or who knows what you do to pacify yourself, to make yourself comfortable, because it could mean that you're getting mean with other people. What I mean is, see, the Pisces Saturn thing is finishing up right now. We have it going into Aries, and that's what clicks into, like, okay, no more of that Piscean mind control crap from the fucking church, really, and the government, and see, we're just getting a huge gush of something. You see something over the media about the Epestien files. The Epestien files, they are rerunning a loop on you with that. Pardon me. Pardon me. Unless you start getting on the internet here and you start, sorry, you start hearing what's really going on, the science behind it, that there's a stuck race here. They've been using human flesh. You are being farmed, and women again. You're see, even it's not just, it's men too. So you don't know where you are. You don't know that this is just an illusion of separateness here. You're like, see, there is a process that you're supposed to understand that can graduate you into the universe, and it's certainly not into the university. But very few people are making it here because there is a wash, and be careful of that. Elon Musk wants to store your fucking soul inside of. They're like, I'm pretty. They've been You have no idea the experiments they have been doing, especially in China. They have so many people that, oh, it's pretty disgusting, actually. Yep. They sell bodily organs to other people over here, and it's a big, huge joke because money, it's for money. And it's a big business to rake up people and literally just extract their organs. And they don't use euthanasia sometimes and stuff like that. No, they are just literally, it's nightmarish. It's nothing that they will never really tell you and make a movie and say, oh, we're just joking. This is not real. Whew, because it's horrific if you really knew. See, some people like me could just say, oh, no, that's what's going on. And next page, oh, are we having lunch today? See, that's the third eye people. They're like, oh, no, we see it all, but we see heaven too. Thank God. Thank God there's a real God. Woo! Baby, have compassion, though. Hey, thank you again, Cast. Telepathy. That's a human quality, by the way. Just normal. It's not paranormal. It's fucking normal. Have a good day.